Hello, hello. Hey Kevin, how you doing? I am using StreamYard. Hey Diva. Hopefully StreamYard will work better. So I'll wait for people to come in because I paid so much for that software and it is not working. And this is the free software. I bet you it'll work better. So I'm just waiting for some people to come in and then we'll start. But this seems to be working better than my eCams software. Right. You know, you can't see me yet, so let's see if my camera is ready. Hey, Diva. I know all this switching tonight. And whenever, I'm playing around with this computer and everything, it works fine. It works fine. But tonight, the night that I want to, I thank you guys. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Tonight, the night that I really want to, sit down and chill with you guys. Oh, I tell you. Okay, now you can see me. Man, I have never had this many issues. You remember when I used to do Classy J material? I never had this many issues with the camera and stuff like that. But I'm here, and I think StreamYard is going to work better. Um, I think it's going to work much, much better. So let me see here. Kat, I thank you so much for coming. Remember when I was up a few minutes ago and I said that I wanted to speak to one of the mothers, who lost their children as well. That's Kat. Her daughter was so beautiful and nice. So it's nice to speak to someone else who knows what it feels like to really lose a child. And I'm telling you, the devil is a liar. But as I said, it must go on. Tomorrow I will spend the time, just thinking about all the good things we did and try to do something that I know he would want to do with me. And let me get the link if anybody wants to come up before I start this game. Let me see. I haven't used StreamYard in a long time. It's like after the R. Kelly thing that after the R. Kelly, after he went to jail and everything, things just started going. Hold on one second. I'm just let my brother know how to get up here. Let me give him the link. My brother wants to come too. Hold on one second. I just want to give him the link here. But anyway, after that, the R. Kelly thing happened. He went to jail. I had taken a break anyway, and then tragedy struck with my son, and with my ex. Just a lot of things was happening, so that kind of got me like it was hard to cope and things with all the changes that had happened in my life. Let me see. Oh, so R. Kelly lost his first appeal. That's good. That is good. So after that, a lot of changes happened in my life. My son, he knows how dedicated I was to, that case and believing, how R. Kelly was guilty and everything. And then, after that, as I said, um, once again, happy birthday, Flawless. After that, then I never in my entire life thought that something so terrible could happen, to me, and in which it did. So I tell you, but thank God we're here, and I'm gonna just, talk about the happy memories that I've had, So 1 second, let me see if my brother found it. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about the happy memories. And if JR, when you get in, just let me know that you're in. Um, talk about the good memories that we had. So picture in picture. I'm gonna play a song, and hopefully it will play here on. Let me see if it plays on. Let me know if it's on. I'm coming, y'all. I'm trying to drive and get the link here for the guests. You're the professional on here. So I want to ask you how to do something because I haven't used StreamYard in like 3 years. Can you see me, Tanya? Everything's okay. I'm just setting everything up. Hey, KJ. Hey, Tanya. Um, Diva, if you're still here, come up. Let me see who else would know how to do this. Because I have not used. Oh, and also Cat Talk. You can you come up? I put the link in the chat. I see what you wrote, KJ. R. Kelly's gonna be doing time. Well, he needs to be doing time. That that's what we wanted. That's what, when I was heavy into the case. That's what I wanted. I wanted him to do time for what he did. So if you guys see the StreamYard link, click on it because I hate to admit it, but I need some assistance. I don't know why I can't play. Usually I can open up a YouTube page and play something inside of StreamYard, or I don't know why it's not working today. So click the link. Click the link. Okay. Oh, JR, what? Hey, JR, how you doing? Are you muted? Well, let me unmute you. Or you
I'm
can
on.
unmute yourself.
I'm on mute. I'm good. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Well, tomorrow makes 3 years that time been gone. So I just being that we're all so far away from each other, I just wanted to um just talk about some memories we have. I know you have a lot of memories because you drove. Oh, Tanya's coming. Tanya, your device is not connected, so connect it and come up. I see you're trying to come, so you might have to do something else. But I know you drove all the way. You and Tyreek drove like forever together. Who's that? Isaiah? Hold on one second. I didn't start the game yet. Okay. I know you guys had a lot of memories. You drove um far together. Was you, Eric, and Ty. Y'all had times then. He spent many months, at your house. Y'all hung out. I mean, so I know you got a lot of memories, with him. And besides, everybody always say that you look, Tyreek favors you. I don't know. Everybody keep telling me that. Why don't Isaiah use your phone? Come here, come here. He just came from the pool. He's saying hello to everybody. Oh, you got blue shorts, so it looked like you got blue shorts on. So
why does it look like a brick?
Because it's the green screen. So it's the green screen. So.
Where's the camera? Oh.
They can see your face.
I know. What's up, Uncle Junior?
Yeah, he probably answered a phone call. But anyway, so I know some of you guys had some really good memories with him. I'll put the StreamYard link on Facebook. Okay, I'll do that now.
And YouTube.
So we're invite, copy.
What's up, Zaya?
What up?
Yeah, he just came back from the pool. I'm putting the StreamYard link on Facebook. But yeah, so Junior, tomorrow is the day, the actual day, and you know, most of us
Right click.
Hold on a second. Okay, I put the link up on Facebook. So if anyone wants to join, I put it on Facebook. But anyway, so I know you guys had a lot of memories. You and Tyreek, I mean, just driving. Y'all probably drive 24 hours together. Where were you guys driving from that time?
Atlanta.
Oh, you was going to Atlanta?
Yeah.
And it was you, Eric, and him, right?
Yeah, me, Eric, him, and Howard from Howard.
Oh, Howard was with y'all too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I know a lot of people. I don't know what happened to Tanya because I know she's in the chat, but she had came up, but it said her thing wasn't connected. How is Amanda doing? Is she there?
Yeah, she's right here.
What's up, Amanda? How you doing?
Yeah. Hello, Janet.
Hi, Mama. How you look so beautiful. Look at
The thank you.
And where's Big Sister?
No, we're not.
No, where's your big sister?
Hi, Auntie Janet.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, Beverly, how you doing? Beth's in the house too. How you doing?
Hi.
You got the whole family there. How you doing?
Good. And you?
Good. So yeah, I was just saying tomorrow's the the third year. Actually, it doesn't feel like 3 years. It still feels like it's 1 year. So
Don't mess me up.
it's still raw for me. So tomorrow's gonna be a tough day, a really tough day. When I start reflecting and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
let me see. So here's Tanya. Let me see. We'll add her right here. Hey, Tanya.
Hey.
Your little niece over there is saying hi to you too. Uh-huh. So where you at, Tanya? Where you at, Tanya? Put it on YouTube. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'm here, guys. 1 second. Let's see, Jay. So Tanya, you're still with Tanya? I mean with Karen?
All right.
Wait a second.
So she's in the bed. Huh?
Okay, yeah, I see. You shared the link, Junior. I see that. Thank you. So yeah, everybody should be coming here. Tanya, you still with Karen? Karen,
Yeah.
how you doing, Karen?
Okay.
How's the married life?
Good.
That's good. That's good. That's good. How's the married life?
Good.
I don't know why that. Oh, Tanya, I think you have a Do you have YouTube up two places? Because I think you have a echo. Yeah, I think you have a 'cause when you came on and started talking
Oh
back,
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So what? It has to come off the TV.
you gotta mute one of your devices. So, Junior, do you have any fun memories that you want to share with us?
Hmm. Man, I got a lot of memories. I just don't know where to start.
Let me see.
But I
Well,
could, but I can share since you brought up the time we spent many hours driving. So
mhm,
I could bring up that story for you.
yeah, yeah. Let me hear that story.
So again, like I said, for those who know, is we're all family. Me, my cousin Eric, Howard, and Tyreek. We all drove down to North Carolina, and then we had a lot of fun. Tyreek did most of the driving, and anybody who knows Tyreek back in those days, he was a horrible driver. He couldn't drive. Somebody has an echo. Somebody needs to turn that echo off.
Is that? Let me see. Let me see which one it is. Hold on a second, because I muted Tanya and see if it was her. Let me see. Okay. Do you still hear an echo?
Um, yes, sounds horrible.
Let me
All
see.
everybody has to do is put their stuff on mute.
Yeah, mute. You guys mute
There's no
your
setting.
mics. Mute your mics. Okay. Go ahead.
So we took a little road trip to Carolina. We were at some basketball tournament, I believe, and everything was great. Tyreek did most of the driving because everybody else was tired. But lo and behold, anybody who knows Tyreek knows that he did not know how to drive. He was a horrible driver, but we let him drive anyway. Um, oh yeah, and it was my friend CL too was there too as well. So lo and behold, after we went to a party one night, and after the party, Tyreek Tyreek crashed the rental car. He crashed our rental car
Was he
into the.
drunk?
No, he wasn't drunk. He just didn't know how to drive, like I said. And then all of us, me, Eric, and some of the fellas, we started arguing. Like we were wondering who was gonna pay for this. I was like, man, he got a mother and a father, man. You better hit them up. Yeah, so we were arguing, and so we were in Carolina. So after that, we took another road trip from Carolina in the same night, and we went to Atlanta.
Mm,
We went to my cousin Keisha's baby shower.
mm,
So, we surprised her doing that. And after the baby shower, me and the fellas took Tyreek to his first club. He didn't have an ID. We we had to pay the bouncer some extra dollars to get him in the spot. We never told his mom though because he was underage. But yeah. But we all had great times, man. Like, because you brought up the our road trip story, I thought I would share that, man.
Do
You
you
know,
remember? Do you remember when we were in Miami? I think it was for your birthday, and he tried to get in the club that night, and they wouldn't let him in, so he had to go back to the hotel.
yes, I do remember, but the reason why he couldn't get in the club is because that night he chose to hang out with some other friends and then come to our event, later than expected. So, that was on him, man. He has to eat that one.
Um,
Man.
I
Yeah.
remember, I remember when we were at Keisha's baby shower, and I was looking at your phone. You had opened up your Cash App, right? And I saw Tyreek's name, and this was the first time I ever knew this. But I saw like thousands of dollars that you over time had been sending to Tyreek.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tyreek always hits me up all the time. Isaiah's the new Tyreek to let you know now. I'm letting everybody know now. But yeah, yeah. Tyreek always hit me up, man. But I will say this, man. He never, he never asked for too much at one time. So he was always good, man. It was never a problem, man. I know he was in school. He was a struggling artist. So I always hit him up. That was, he was my heart. Anybody who knows me knows that.
Well,
When you say struggling artist, what do you mean?
He was broke.
well, Karen, Tyreek had came home one time from a New York trip that he was staying with his father, and he told me that y'all told him all the stories about me having y'all, stuck at Great Adventures, and he
a
really
matter, a matter of
like.
fact, a matter of fact. Funny you say that. For Grandma's funeral, we had the pleasure of all being in a limo together.
Mhm.
So, we were all like kind of teasing him, like, oh, you're too young for grandma memories. And then he was like, no, no, no. Remember, I lived next door to grandma. And she used to call me Cruff too. And she used to do this and do that. And I was like, yeah, I forgot that he lived next door to grandma. So he got a good whiff of, who grandma was. So that would be one of my funny stories. And then later that night, my car was stuck in the driveway, and he came down and he was like, I could help you get it out. There's a thing that you push behind right beside the gear that you could actually roll the car back. And I looked at him and I was like, this boy done grew up. He knows a couple things. And then I was coming up the steps and he was at the right at Auntie Junie's front door, and I saw him with a red cup, and I said, Tyreek, what are you doing with the red cup? And he was like, I'm 21, Auntie. So he was just such a nice person. Really, just a nice person.
And I see
Hey,
the
AJ,
house.
why don't you come up and tell me one of your memories? I see you in the chat, Mr. Icon. You know your brother is the news YouTube king now. I be going on his site. He be having like 100,000 people watching him.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, he be talking about cryptocurrency and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah,
Oh God.
yeah. So KJ, and then he be preaching on Sundays, so on there. So he be getting some of his crypto people to come over there to listen to the word. So, mhm. But it's really hard when I think about tomorrow. Like I go back to that day, that that it happened, and you know I remember when I was going to work that day, I looked at him longer than I usually do. So I don't understand, I'll never understand it. But I was going out the door and I just stood at the door while he was sleeping and looked at him. And then I'm like, I was running late that day too, but I just stood there and looked at him. And then JR was the one who notified me of what was going on, you know. So he called me and he was like, you heard from Tyreek? And I said, no, you know, and he's home. I left him at home. He's like, no, and you got to find out something's going on. And, so then I start calling around, looking for him. Called the police and everything. Police don't know where he is. Dougie and Isaiah was home. They don't know where he is, and but I guess people started seeing the letter that he left on Instagram. So, so everybody started calling me, and then finally, then the police called me, and they didn't tell me what happened on the phone. They said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm at work." They said, "Where do you work?" So I told them where I work. So the police actually came to my job and kind of told me what happened. They kind of looked out because they could have kept his license and stuff that he had on him, but they gave it to me for memory. So, and when I looked on his license, he had lost his license, so he had got his license that day because you can't be in those places without a license. So, or a couple of days before he got his license. So, who's that coming up? Oh, Tanya dropped down. But it's just what I think about is that there's a lot of people that are struggling, and we have to be more sensitive to the people around us, and just know that whatever they're going through, that you know here's Tanya again. It's a battle that we all have to help each other, because it's not something that someone should go through alone. It's not something that somebody should go through alone. So that's why I said I'll take this time out and spend time with my family, some of his friends and stuff like that, just to know that life is tough, and we really need each other. We really need to talk to each other, check in on each other, and make sure each other's all right, because I don't even know how we get through these days, how tough everything is. Bills going up, everything's going up. This is a different world that we live in, from the prior 20 years. It's a different world. So, hey Tanya, so what's your favorite memory? You can unmute now. You're muted. Let me see. Unmute, because I can't hear you. Or you? Oh, you look frozen. Your Tanya's frozen on the screen. So, and Mr. Aitan, come up for a minute. We ain't gonna be on here long. I just wanted to see you guys and talk to you guys, and you know, let you know it's gonna be a tough, it's tough time for me. So, it really is gonna be a tough time. Um,
All right, so I'm gonna use this phone.
okay.
All right. So I mean, I could say favorite to funniest. Hold on. I could say favorite to funniest. But I would have to say, oh my God, there's just so many. I don't know what to choose from. But one of the funniest was when we were living on Elm Street upstairs, and I don't know why. Sometimes the simplest things are the most funniest things to us, and it's for the longest. Anytime I think back on it, it just like brings a warm memory in my heart because of just how it reminds me of a time when he was innocent, and so he was about 8. We were living on Elm Street, and we were taking out the garbage, and I think it was after Super Bowl or Thanksgiving. It was just after some event, because he used to throw a lot of parties and occasions for events, and we were taking the bag out, and the bag ripped before we got to bring it to the garbage or the dumpster, and he looked at the chicken on the ground, and he said, "All this chicken wasted," and so just little things like that. And hold on, I don't. All right, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, just little things like that. So, And then I guess my favorite memory, you know, it's probably common in someone's life, but his first steps. You know, his first steps, and you know how food helped him, how it took food to help him.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, just going to the barber shop with him sometimes, just, you know, just everything. There's just so many different. So, but, you know, we're here, so.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
had another. I have another. We did have another road trip though when I, you know, first came home with Uncle Junior. Yeah, it was Eric that picked us up, you know, because he loved to chill with Eric too.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric was taking us to Maryland. I forgot which friend, but yeah, it was, you know, Tyreek, Eric, me. I think Dougie might have. I'm not sure. Yeah, Dougie was there. And yeah, we were going out to Maryland. So then from Maryland, you know, Amanda, Amira wasn't born yet. Amanda, Amaya, Tyreek, Uncle Junior, me, and we were going south. But you know, we pretty much, you know, I don't know. Tyreek didn't drive any of that way, did he, Uncle Junior?
Yeah.
He did drive?
Did drive.
Yeah, he did drive.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he drove some of that. Yeah, he was always just excited to drive. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got some memories though. Even, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I was blessed, you know, just to, you know, be able to come into his life too, you know, as he was, you know, finding himself. So then I have memories. Some of his friends, I guess they didn't make it on here. I'm not sure if, you know, they didn't see it or not, but you know, just, you know, getting to see him with Sabrina and just, you know, fights with Malik at the house, those things, you know, it's not funny, but, you know, just, you know, thinking back on some of the things it was, you know, just.
Yeah, I
So.
mean, I the Tyreek had Tyreek had a trip to California with some of his friends. Um, I think it was a few months, or maybe, yeah, a few months before he passed, and um, I picked him up from the airport, and he was starving. So he came into the Orlando airport. So we decided to go to the Bob Marley restaurant over there in Orlando. And that was the first time. He was already 21. That was the first time I ever had a drink with him, and we got to eat his favorite food. His favorite food was steak, and he liked it medium rare. So I said, you know, you like all that blood in your, you know, steak, but you know that's how he liked it, you know. But you know, that was just a good time. Me and him listening to music, eating, you know, and having a drink with him, and you know, ooh, hold on a second. Here's one of his friends here. Her name is Hannah. I'm gonna let her come up. Hannah, how you doing? I don't know if you can hear me. This is one of his best friends, Hannah. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if she says she can't. Oh, oh, okay. Oh, she can't talk yet. She's in a car, so you know it's bad. But she's in the chat, listening to everything. She's in the car, so she can respond, but she wants to hear about the good memories that you know was going on with Tyreek. You know, those who are on the screen now: Tanya, Karen, Junior, KJ. I mean, he loved his family. He loved you guys, you know, and talked about you guys all the time. I mean, and you know, that it was when he had, you know, his homegoing service and everything, you know, I could really feel. So I know he could feel the love in the room from all his family. Karen worked tirelessly in New York to make sure everything went, perfectly as far as the food, the arrangements. Jr. made sure between him and Eric that he was gonna look like a dapper dude with his jersey and his suit on. You know, um, every
Yeah, he liked to get fresh.
he liked to get fresh.
Yeah, and also I want to add that Canute actually is the one that picked out his clothes because we had so much stuff that we were doing.
Oh, okay.
And I said to Canute, I said, Canute, can you please run and get Tyreek a suit? And I told him the colors and everything that we needed. And he actually FaceTimed me from the store and, showed me the suit. And I said, yeah, that's the suit. So that goes out to Canute on that one.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
big bro, wherever
We
you
went and got
are,
that, right?
Yeah,
shout out
yeah,
to big bro.
yeah.
Because that suit was,
Yeah, that
if
suit
I
was
was
really
if
nice. And
I was
then,
a guy, I would really want to have that suit on. And he really looked dapper Don. And
yeah,
also, I know he's not here tonight, but Eric, oh man,
yes, yes,
Eric showed up and he showed out between
yes,
Eric and his mom. I mean,
yes.
you know, there was a lot of love from the family. Here's KJ.
Yeah,
Um,
I just want to say, personally, I know that this affected Eric a lot.
mhm,
I know at the time that he was just
Hold
very
up.
emotional about the whole situation, and I think still think it affects him till today.
mhm,
Like it does all of us.
yeah,
So I think that he really had a friend in Tyreek, and he probably would have some really awesome memories to say right now too if he was on here. So just a reminder to keep all of us to pray for him.
mhm.
You know, he's also going through his own thing behind this also.
Yeah, I know because even maybe a month before this happened, Eric had visited Florida. I've been in Florida for, I don't know, maybe 13 years. I never got a visit from Eric, but he made sure that when he came here that he came and visited Tyreek, and because Tyreek had that personality, people really came close to him, and they stuck by him. I don't know what it was about his personality, but people, I mean, a lot of people, his friends, even the ones who are not here today, they are still to this day mourning, that he's gone. And, a couple of them reached out to me and said, why couldn't it be me and not him? So I'm praying for all his friends that were affected because he treated his friends like family. And he treated his, so that was something that he was good at. So KJ, let me hear from you, man. He can't hear. He's probably doing something in the background. Oh,
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I got a really bad connection. It's thunderstormy where I'm at, and just bad connection. But I just wanted to just come on and show some love. And uh, Tyreek, let me just step out the car. It's starting to rain. It was just it's all good. Like I said, showing some love to everybody, and I could tell y'all this much: that dude just had a cool smile, man. He was just always Mr. Cool Man. So he's just a real cool, fly dude. So just one thing I remember about him, always Mr. Cool. And I just want to give you my love and support because we here. One thing I'm realizing, you know what? we all got to just be there for each other, because life is life. And, real talk, we all go through stuff, and we got to start showing each other some support, letting each other know that we're here for each other, and that's what all families should be doing. We should all just let each other know we're here for each other, so it was pretty cool seeing you last time I was in Florida. So
Oh yeah.
when I come back down there, hopefully we can go back to that Jamaican supermarket again, the big West Indian supermarket, because there's a bunch of
Oh,
stuff I like buying.
oh, where you bought that sea moss or something?
Yeah, you remember? Yeah,
Yeah.
that
How was
sea
the
moss.
sea moss? Did it work out for you or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, it was good, man. I just finished it, and I want to get some more of it. I'm like, man, that stuff was good, because that particular brand, the way that it's packaged, is hard to find up in the New York area. It's easier to find down there. So definitely
Um,
we'll link up next time I come down there. Like I said, I can't want to take up too much time because my connection's bad and it's starting to rain out here. Getting my cell phone all wet.
oh,
And
I just seen your text that you said Karen married a man that could cook. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, that is great. She can cook herself, but now she can take a break. you
yeah,
know.
real talk. Real talk. That's when y'all ask Karen how's it married, how's the marriage going. I'm like, Karen lucked out. This brother can cook.
That was one of the requirements, okay?
Um,
One of the requirements.
That was one of the requirements, because I'm like, okay, if I ever get sick or anything happens to me, I want to make sure that he can cook.
well, listen, I got a funny story. Dougie, the other day, went to help one of my friends out to, move his stuff because he's been friend moving to Texas. And Doug don't eat fish from me, but he was over there. My friend dropped him back off here, and he said, "Oh, your son loves fish." I said, my son don't love fish. He don't even eat fish." The guy said, "Well, he ate my fish." And I said, "What kind of fish did you make?" Groupers. So I asked Doug about it. Doug is like, "Oh, that's because he had gravy." The guy knew how to use gravy and onions. So I guess Dougie's saying my fish is too dry. So, I guess I got to work on my fish now. So I ain't getting enough time. Hey Pam, I didn't get enough time learning how to make the Jamaican fish that good.
Is it?
Nice to see you, Pam. Pam.
I like watching it on like you're this and that. It's like weird. I don't know which ones to choose.
What happened?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm watching. If you notice, my face sometimes is not to this camera because I have it on the big TV over here. I have you guys, and then I have Tanya. So I'm like, everybody's probably like, why is she looking like that? But I'm actually watching it on my TV also.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just good to hear the good memories that people had and how they felt about him. And this is a hard one. Like Wayne, your brother, he was a hard one, and to this day, he's still, you know.
I mean, Tanya and I were just talking. Tanya just asked me, how did we get through Wayne?
Yes.
And I was telling her I probably grieved for like 15 years. There was just too many things that happened. Like we both are from Jamaica. We both came up here along with Kenny, Richard, and Kevin, and all of us all came up here at the same time, and we all went through America in a time when Jamaicans were not popular, and all of that good stuff, So we went through a time that really was just set for us, if you know what I mean. And when Wayne passed away, it was a twofold event in my mind. Of course, he died on my birthday, so that will always be like probably the most tragic thing that has ever happened to me.
I didn't know that he died on your birthday.
Yes.
Oh my God, I didn't
So
know.
then, yeah. So then, and after that, your friend died down in 9/11, as you remember.
Yeah, Liz.
Yeah. So, and it was funny. I saw Liz. A lot of people don't know this story about Liz, but I saw Liz July after Wayne passed away, and she was at Grandma's house. She came to see Grandma, and we came outside, and she went in the car, and she got this picture from all of us when we used to go to church. That church like going down by ShopRite. What was that church called on the right? The
Right, was
white
it
church.
Christ Community? No, not Christ Community.
No, not Christ Communities. And it was by that music store,
I
remember?
don't know when you're talking about up on
Yeah,
up
in Cortland. But
Portland.
anyway, yeah, so that's the church. And she had a picture of all of us in that church.
Oh
And
wow.
I said and Wayne was in that picture, and she was in that picture. You and I were in that picture. All of us was in that picture. And I said to her, I said, Liz, I said, oh my God, I love this picture. I said, let me get the picture. And she was like, nope, I had a huge crush on your brother. I am not giving up this picture. And I was like, okay, I didn't
Oh,
know
she had
that.
a coach on Wayne.
Yeah, I never knew that, right? So
Oh.
anyway, I literally watched her ride out that driveway that day. And then, of course, my 9/11 happened. When 9/11 came around, and Grandma called me. Grandma called me crying. And Grandma was like, Karen, turn on the TV. There's thousands of people who's having a 9/11 right now. And I said, what are you talking about? So, of course, I go turn on the TV, and then I see what's happening for 9/11 that happened. And of course, I ran and got the, kids from school. It was just like almost as if like the world was going to come to an end. I thought that there was going to be bombings of plane coming in or something like that. Like we didn't know what was happening, and it was so crazy that like the lights, even to get to the school, like some of the lights were blinking. People were like just going through the lights. It was just chaotic. So got the kids home, and then like I think it was the next day, Aunt Cecile called me and said that they can't find Liz, and I was like, what? And then that's when all that stuff started to develop with Liz. So it was like a double heartbreak for me, and I always wondered why I stared at her that time driving out of that driveway so long. But yeah, so tragedy, when you have a young death like that, or young deaths like this, it's I think you always would imagine what would that person's life be. Like I always used to say, oh my God, I hate the fact that Wayne didn't have any children. And believe it or not, it was he was a missionary, and he had a lot of pictures of him on his missionary in his missionary work. And a lot of that those pictures, he was with children, and he was with a lot of children. He was playing with children, and he was having a lot of fun, even though they were sick, and he was helping them in their need. And then that's when one day God just said to me, look, he had more children than he could ever want. You know what I mean? So I think your mind goes through that when you lose a young person, like you lost your son. Tanya, you guys, lost a brother and sister. We lost our cousin. And I think that you just it would imagine what their life would have turned out to be. But the advice that I could give you or what was my wake up call, was actually Wayne came to me in a dream one day, and he said to me, I couldn't see his face. So I said, Wayne, come here. And I said, come here. And he said, Karen, I can't come talk to you right now. I'm with God. I'm having church with God. And I said to him, but I can't see you. Come closer to me. Come closer to me. And he says to me, no, I'm on the right hand of God having church. And Janet and everybody that's listening here, I have been through tragedies in my life where I'm grateful that I'm actually alive. Okay. And I want you to know at that moment in time when I had that dream, not that I didn't believe in God, of course, because He's pulled me through a lot more, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at that time is when I could definitely say to you, yes, there is a God. There
Mm-hmm.
is a God, because it was clear as day what He said to me. And even recently I was telling KJ I had a dream about him. I don't dream about him often, which is almost weird to me, but sometimes I think that's God's way of protecting my brain in a way. But recently He came to me and he just said, "Go to sleep. Everything's okay." So all I have to say is that I think that we have to think of them as really and truly in a better place than where we are. You know what I mean? And just to think of the good times that they had in our lives, and like the good memories we're going through right now, because I don't really think they leave. I think that they're somewhere around. Like I remember my mother saying, after Wayne died, every single year on his, I think it was either his birthday or Christmas or her birthday, somewhere with one of those days, like a bird would come to her house every year for like 8 years after he passed. So, I think that they're always around us somewhere, somehow,
Well,
either in thought or something.
tonight I had planned all this music and all kinds of stuff, and I had it on, and I paid like $200 for this program on my Mac, so everything could go beautiful, and the software broke down, the music wouldn't play. I think that what he wanted was to hear from people. Didn't want no interruption, no music, no. And he was that kind of a person. That's why I'm thinking it's him. He done broke up all my systems, shut down the music, and only allow us to talk and be on the screen. I truly believe that because
And I have to agree, because I was just telling Tanya that, I'm happy and thank you for acknowledging all of the things that I did for Tyreek, and I would do it a million times again. I just want you to know that. And that's number one. But, I also did grandma's funeral. And the thing with planning a funeral is you have to go through a lot of pictures, and you have to go through, it's like you're going through a memory from the beginning of their time to the end of their time. And of course, going to pick out the casket and, just doing all that stuff. You don't know how draining it was for grandma and then Tyreek after the fact. And,
it was
it
only a
just,
couple months apart. So
oh, yeah, yeah,
most people don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. And
One
it
of
was
us was in April and his was in August. So it was
right.
very close to each other to be going through that.
Yeah, definitely. So it was a lot of it was like you said, I'm happy that you acknowledged it in the first portion of when you started speaking tonight. You just said that I didn't even take into the account what you were already going through with your marriage and that situation at that time, and then countering with what happened with Tyreek. And at the time when you came to New York, I could remember you just being in, of course, so much pain. I wasn't expecting like you to like be able to really even have a conversation. You know what I mean? And I just want to acknowledge that I was telling Tanya how, like even this app, like let's say speaking through social media, of course, everybody knows I don't post that much. I'm a real estate agent and I don't post that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really, I understand social media to one level and one level not, right?
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, I could honestly see how social media can really connect us all. And number one, for me to, we never had a conversation about what you were going through or how you felt at that time. So I think at this moment, you could see where a situation like this is just so nice to have between us as family, where we could easily speak to each other and, really show our feelings to how we feel towards one another.
No, I mean that time, I get chills thinking about it. Like when it happened, nobody knows this. I had a conversation with my mom, and because I was dealing with a lot, I wanted to cremate him and keep his ashes. But mom talked me out of that, and she said, I said I can't do this alone, and I wasn't making a lot of money. I was by myself. Husband went to jail. There was just so much going on in my life. Didn't know now how I was even going to be able to, um, you know, go on, like live. I thought I was gonna go back to. I thought I'd be back in mom's house by now. That's how serious it was back then. But mom told me to have faith and let's go through this. And she says, if you can't do this, let your family help you. And she was talking about herself and you, and which I was very prideful, didn't want to ask the family for help. And I did do a GoFundMe, but even with the GoFundMe, without my family, um, nothing would have kicked off. Every single person, you, as I said, you were big because you were also my mouthpiece. You were in the room with his father. You was in the room with his angry wife. You had to take some of the brunt that would have been directed at me. So I really appreciated that. And I don't know why I didn't tell you.
Thank you. But that's all right. I love you. It's okay.
I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's all right. I mean, I totally understood, and that's why I just jumped in. You know what I mean? And like I said, I would do it 10 times over. I was telling Tanya, and if you can remember, like, I had Katrina, you had Tanya, I had Jaquan, and then you had Tyreek. So we were, you know, mothers to those children for a little time there. You know what I mean? So, and I was, I think when was it when Tyreek was? I think I was at I stayed with you when Tyreek was born, and I stayed with you when Dougie was born. So those kids were basically born into my hands. So as I said, and I think what our family we just love each other that much anyway. I mean, Junior has been huge and just showing so much love throughout this family. It's crazy. Keisha, KJ, we all really band together. That's one thing I can say. We may have our differences or whatever, but then if the tables are down, we definitely come together for each other.
And Keisha, I haven't forgotten about you. I remember when I first came to Florida and Tyreek was talking about going to college. And, I knew my experience with going to college, but, I never went away for college or anything. So Keisha came in and she was, telling him, what's good, giving him advice, and he really, I remember that, appreciated it. I think that her little powwow with him, the talk that they had, and really, he knew his family had his back. For whatever reason that he didn't think he could make it. I don't know to this day, but I will say he know that his family had his back. He knows that. Keisha, you got anything to say about that?
So let me know if y'all can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I remember that conversation, Janet. So, to hear you mention that's cool. I mean, I remember that conversation vividly. Um, Tyreek was always a great kid. I mean, I remember having some of those conversations not only about college but about life, and I know that he appreciated the time that I spoke with him, and that says a lot because sometimes this young generation, they don't appreciate the time that you spend with them, Not all of them. I would say the majority of them do appreciate it for sure, but there are instances where they don't, and it goes in one ear and out the other. But there was never a time that I was talking with him about a certain topic, whether it be school or how to, make sure he treats girls, or, what his next step in life might be. It was never a time that I spoke with him and he made me feel like he wasn't listening. And I feel like that's probably one of the biggest things that I loved about him the most, was his appreciation for mentoring and guidance. So just really cool kid. I mean, man, because obviously grew up right before our eyes, right? So my favorite memory was when him and Junior came down to Atlanta for my baby shower, and it was a total surprise. Such a pleasant surprise. And then them, coming in, and me being floored that they were there, and me just seeing that big old smile that he always had and that we all loved so much. I remember they did go out to the club that night, like Junior said, and had to use the fake ID. But I also remember, didn't something happen, Junior, with the car, or did
Yes,
something happen with the rental car getting hit or something?
yes. Before you got on, I told that story earlier. Tyreek actually crashed the car, and
Right, right,
that's probably and that's probably why to this day me and Eric don't talk as is,
right, right,
because
right, right,
we were
right,
fighting
right.
over that situation. But it's all good.
Yeah, but anyway, so I was just like, oh Lord, here we go. So but yeah, it was I mean, at the time, of course, it was like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? But obviously,
I forgot I
maybe
was there at that
sometime
time.
after it we could laugh about it. So it was good, man. It was good. Janet, through it all, um some of the words that you shared, that Aunt Cecile shared with you, she has shared with so many of us over the years. Um, your mother is very special.
Yeah. I don't think I need at least another 10 years before anybody else goes, because my heart is just too weak to lose anybody close. And what Tyreek realized and what I realized is we may not speak to each other every day, but we do have the Bomb family. I mean, when you think you're alone, I see Chrissy in the chat. Um, I see Bev was here and Mom was here. They were doing well. Actually, they didn't get here yet. To my house yet. So I was alone. So my mom said, "What are you gonna eat?" I said, "I'm not hungry. I'm not gonna eat anything because I'm sad." And I know Crystal showed up on my doorstep with so much food, and she
Yeah.
got in that kitchen and she started cooking, and she's like, no, she's like, it's okay if you're gonna be sad, but you're not gonna be sad and hungry. So she came in there, and I appreciate when she came during this time to fix me food and give me a hug and talk to me, and she was very you know, I don't know. I tell you, I thought I was in Florida alone, which I know that Chrissy lived here, but when I was going through it, I'm like, all my family's there, and I'm here alone. And she came
Hmm.
to show me that no matter how many hours that we are apart, that
Hmm.
I'm still here, and I appreciate everything that all of you did. Everyone in their own little way. Junior, he's always, he's there. I mean, since he was a baby, so um, he's always been there. So
Hmm.
I just, want to let you guys all know I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate the love that you gave Tyreek, and he appreciated the love that you gave him, and and those things that you do, keep doing it and do it with other people in the family. Try to check in on their, if you can, on their well-being, because life is hard right now. It's if it's not inflation, it's now they have the monkeypox going around, or they have crazy cops losing their minds inside people's homes, with devils in them. So we gotta really, check on each other, and just make sure that we are okay, you know. And the new bad driver in the family is Dougie, so he's not allowed to drive my car anymore. So, um, so
Oh, Dougie's had how many accidents?
oh please, he's had how many accidents already? 3 or 4. The last time, maybe about 2 years ago, he ran into a tree. So I said, "How did you run into a tree?" He said, "He was trying to make the turn, but he didn't know how to work the stick, and then so I came outside. I thought he was playing, and his car was literally the one that Sean sold him, nonetheless, was wrapped around the tree. So sorry, Sean, if you see this. Um, Dougie crashed into the tree, and that car was totaled. So
I want to know if he understands how much work was made into getting that car to him
from California
from
to
California.
Florida, and
Was
and
Junior, were you a part of that?
yeah, Junior had a part in it. Yeah.
I actually orchestrated the whole thing.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
orchestrated the whole thing. I got the
Sean don't give away nothing.
contacted the company. I had to convince Sean and contact the company just to get the car from Cali all the way to Florida. Then to hear a couple days later the bad news, and then telling Sean the bad news, and Sean started crying.
What?
Right? Oh no. Well, it wasn't a couple days later, but it
But
might have been a month later. But
I'm
yeah,
exa- I'm exaggerating, but a month later might as well have been a couple of days later.
Might
yeah,
as
yeah. So so that's what I said. No matter how far family is, like Sean's all the way in California, JR's in Maryland, Keisha's in Atlanta, Karen's in New York. We do, whatever we can to support and help each other. So, and I see a lot of families. This doesn't happen in a lot of families. So we got to consider ourselves fortunate that we have that kind of love for each other, and that we could be there to support one another. That's what we're gonna need, and that's what the young people need. So.
And not to mention that was the second car. Now the first car, don't forget about the first car when you came up to Maryland to get the car, Janet, for the first one for Dougie.
Okay,
I don't know if you told the listeners about that one.
so mom bought Dougie a car. It was a nice car too. And I came all the way to Maryland to pick up the car to bring it to Florida to give to Dougie. And I drove I drove it, I gave it to him, he liked it and everything, but I don't think he was putting oil in it or doing the proper maintenance. So one day he was driving, and the engine, the engine seized on him. I said, "Well, did you put any oil in it?" He said, "Yeah, I put oil in it." So I should have been, showing him more, telling him more about cars, but
you need to send him to mechanic school or something.
and then that was those two cars those were his cars, but I let him drive my car.
Oh, I know your car, yeah.
And then he ran into the back of a truck with my
Oh
car.
my God, a
And,
truck?
and totaled yeah, that's why I've had so many cars, because he totaled out. Well, he totaled one of them. Yeah, he totaled one of them. Yeah, I said, "What were you doing?" He was on the he said he was on the phone. You're not supposed to drive and be on the phone. I don't even do that.
He's a bad driver. He shouldn't be allowed to be on the.
The man of the hour is here, and I just want to say something about him. he was very supportive. Canute, this is. Oh, who's that? That's Kevin? No, that's Canute. He's looking like Kevin, but yeah, very supportive and in everything. Pam in the chat said he needs to go back to riding bikes. I bought a e-bike and he's flattened my tires about 5 times. So now he needs to go back to a regular bike. He keeps messing up my e-bike. But Canute, earlier I don't know if you heard. Karen said that you were you had the most part in getting that suit for Tyreek. Which was Dapper Don. That was really nice. Oh, he couldn't hear us.
No, I can hear you.
It looks like he's busy eating.
Yeah, what are
I
you
just
eating?
walked in the door.
Oh, you just walked in the door. So yeah, she said, you and something he told me next. I won't say how old I'm gonna be next month. No, in 2 months in October. I won't say, but he said this is gonna be a significant time in your life. You should really do something fabulous. That probably wasn't his words, but that was what he meant. So I have something very fabulous, planned for my half a century. No, for my. All right, I'll just come out and say it. I'm gonna be 50. So I'm no longer gonna be. I'm no longer gonna be young. So this might be my last time that I could really show out. So for the 50th, you guys are gonna definitely see it, and it's gonna be awesome. I mean, the 50th birthday already broke me. Yeah. So you were right, Canute.
What are you gonna be doing?
Well, if you guys want to spend a lot of money and be a superstar for a week, you could meet me in Jamaica, and we'll be doing in one of those Tapa resorts.
Oh, okay.
The top.
All right.
They got
Wait a minute.
massage.
What is this meeting?
When is this meeting?
I'm confused.
It's not a meeting.
I
No, I
kind of.
said if you guys want to
Oh,
meet
we
me
do.
for my 50th birthday.
No, I'm sorry. I came a little bit late. What are we on for?
No, she was just talking about that what she's going to be doing for her 50th. She's going to be in Jamaica for her 50th.
Because you told me that I should do something fabulous, and I have something fabulous planned.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I didn't know if we were. I thought you were
No.
doing something for Tyreek. Did that pass?
Oh no. Well, no, we're talking about Tyreek, and and I'm thanking everybody for their parts that they've been involved to date. And I said, and in that I said, you told me the last conversation I had with you to do something fabulous for my 50th. So I just mentioned that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not
think you
being
would have
all
did
we're
that.
not being all extra scripted, Canute. This is very
And we don't
very
want to make this like
No,
so
I just didn't.
dramatic.
I didn't know where to jump in. I didn't know what was going on. I literally just pushed the thing. I thought it was a test, and I see these people on, and I just wanted to get my mind wrapped around what we're doing.
Oh, okay. So, well, this is the smart one here. Out of all of us.
Do you have any fun moments with Tyreek you'd like to share with the group?
Man, I should have just kept my mouth shut, stayed in the background.
Exactly. So now you want to
Actually, no, it was funny when we were. I keep thinking back to that moment when where we were looking at Janet's car that he had hit like the night before, and he has like it's a big dent. He's like, oh, nothing. Oh, that could be. He just made it seem so. Hey, as a matter of fact, oh, we could fix that. That's no problem.
He
So
did
I
in my
just
car too. I thought it was only Dougie.
remember him and Tanya the night before.
Oh, that was the rental car. Oh my God. And I just found out that night. See, Tanya was sticking up for her brother. She told me I was
No,
in.
you know what it was? I knew that you had to go back to Florida with him. You know what I'm saying? You guys had to go back to Florida together. And, he was already saying some things, so I didn't want it to get, like, worse and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, for now, I'll just, you know what I'm saying?
Same
Just
with
so that
me.
you don't got to go back with that tension. I'll hold that down until, and then, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how it was supposed to go. But,
See, I found out the real deal. I had to do investigating to find out that. See, I believe when I came up there, this was during Grandma's funeral time. I rented a car, and someone had to be picked up at the airport. Richard's daughter, Pamela, had to be picked up at the airport. So Tyreek
Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
and Tanya said, "Oh, we'll do it." So I'm like, good. So I can stay around, be still, get some rest, or whatever. They come back, and I see like the whole fender of the rental car coming off, and I'm looking. I'm like, what happened to this rental car? And Tanya said that she was driving, somebody cut her off, and they went to the divider. But I later found out through Richard's daughter Pamela that Tyreek was the one who was driving, and that he was the one who ran into the fender, and he appreciated. I mean, he went along with that lie too for a long time. I don't even think while he was alive, I even knew that it was really him. He went along with it. Him and his sister was thick as thieves. He didn't, she was going to take it to the grave, and he was going to take it to the grave too, because, they had a really strong relationship. Whenever they even had a little argument, that would bother him. Like the last argument that they had, he came to me and he was in tears because he loved her so much, and and I know she really hasn't had the time to grieve, but they were really all right. Pam, good night. Thank you for coming in. They were really close, and that's how you want your brothers. Like I'm not as close as Junior and Canute are to each other, but I am close with Jr. Very close. That's how you want your brothers and sisters, your siblings to be. So I can't even wrong her, because I would do the same. For Junior, I'll take it to my grave. Yeah, Mom, I did it. And vice versa. And I know that's how you probably was with Wayne. And that's how
That's
Canute
how we
is.
all are, to be honest.
You
There's
know,
there, you know, there's different in our family. There's
Who
always that dynamic.
who stole the 50-cent pieces?
Oh, it was Richard. It wasn't you two, Ken. It was you two. It was you, me, and Wayne. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
good.
yes.
stole money.
Oh
You got
my God, that
yeah,
was the
yeah,
most
yes.
hilarious. You guys don't want to know. You guys had it good, okay?
Well, who was
My mother
who was babysitting?
used to save 50-cent pieces in her in a jar.
Oh,
And we just came here from Jamaica, so we really don't know how much money, like in Jamaica, you know, change is worth almost nothing. You know what I'm saying? So over here I thought, oh, okay, it's the same thing. So we're taking that money and we buy pizza after school, we go to the arcade, like we're having a good time for like what, 2 weeks, Canoe.
Just little by little. You need a little sandwich here. You need
Yeah,
a little bit
so
there. But
we're like,
say all that.
we're
Say
having a great time. So anyway, one day the gig is
so
up,
say all
and
that to say
my mother
that
in true
we
fashion.
we we
Go ahead, Canute. Go ahead.
no, just saying all that to say. I mean, we all all through the generation, everybody have their little thing where they, stole a car here or there, you know, so a little bump, scuff it out. Sometimes we get caught, sometimes we don't. It was all a part of it, but I just like the fact how smooth he was explaining, like, yeah, we could be fixed, it could be done. So I just like his spirit and the way he went about doing things. I didn't really, because one, the age gap and I wasn't around, I didn't really get to really know him like that on a personal level, because whenever I see him, it's always years between. And I remember when Janet was getting married to Doug's father, I was just so shocked because I remember when I saw him, it was like this pudgy kid. And then the next time I seen him, he was like, I'm looking up to him. He's looking down at me. He's all slim and trim. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, who is this dude? This is my cousin? I'm
Well,
like, dude, you gonna be
two things about that. The pudginess, he did not like his weight and how people thought of him being big. So he actually put himself on a no carb, no diet. So he only ate meats so he can get that slim. And
Wow.
Tanya does the same thing.
Yeah, it
And
was.
also, I wanted to tell you, Canute, don't. I remember when they were little, Dougie and Tyreek. You used to take them clothes shopping before school. He remembers that. He remembered that too. So don't, pass by that, because you did that as well.
Yeah, I didn't, but yeah, I just, like I said, I was always appreciative, seeing the growth, seeing, you know, how, what a young man he was becoming. Just, just sad because, like I said, we all go through things, and sometimes we put a lot of these kids today take pressure a little bit different than we do. They feel like they got to build Rome in a day. Like they got to build, everything has got to happen now. And they feel like if they don't do it now or have it now, everything is over with. And that's the sad part. And we just got to, just pay attention and just understand that it's a different era of pressure of what these kids are going to, and just being able to recognize it faster.
He wanted to be in law enforcement, and but he didn't want to start as a beat cop. He just wanted to go right out of school and be a detective. And he didn't realize that
Don't we all?
you have to go through steps. You got to be a beat cop. You got to work a couple years, do some groundwork or whatever, and then you elevate from there. But I think his he was big for this world. He wanted big things, and he wanted it right away. He was young. He had a lot of time more to attain those things, but he didn't realize that those things come in time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I tell you though, but he he did love his family. There's one thing he's talked about, all of you at different times, and I don't see Katrina, but boy, he talked about Katrina a lot too.
Yeah.
That was his girl. Like,
Yeah, Trina was definitely
hmm
one to, like, she was such a fan of him, and really rooted for his growth and everything else. He also hit her up for money, that. So she used to send him a couple of dollars. He, um, they were just very close cousins. But how we grew up.
I think you're tripping out a little bit,
I'm tipping out. Can you hear me?
Karen.
Yeah, can you hear me?
No, I can't. Yeah, you were.
Okay, yeah. So I was just saying, him and Katrina is very close.
Yeah.
And she used to shoot him a couple of dollars when he needed. So, they had a very close bond.
Hmm. Yeah, you guys are like his top, his top 10. I mean, our family is really big, so it's hard to have like a top five. You gotta go bigger than that, because we have a big family. But he felt good knowing that he had all of us. My another memory I had is when he went to college. It's hard. He wasn't really working, and the student loans didn't give him a lot of money. So one time I had called and ordered him. One time I had given him my credit card number anyway to get food for the week or whatever. And then because that card I never touched, never used. And then like months later, it was like $10,000. I said, "What were you eating?" He just his my credit card became his meal plan. And I said, but I was happy that he did that, because if that's what he needed to do to, get through, hunger days at school and stuff like that, you know, that's the least that I could do. Because I was happy that he did that, But I said, I didn't even know you still had the card. That wasn't even an argument. It was like, all right, well, I'm glad you ate. And I'm still paying for it now, but I'm glad he ate at that time. But yeah, he was, something special. Another special thing about him is when he wrote that letter to everybody, the goodbye letter. His letter, just the words went viral. You know how hard it is to really go viral these days? It's very hard. Oh, my nigga Q is on the line. How you doing, Q? It's hard to go viral.
Double.
How you doing, Q?
Hi, guys.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
I'm
hello.
all right. I'm all right.
Anytime he had to beef his nigga Q, that was his bodyguard right there. There she go. How you doing? Do you have any memories?
I'm trying to see who all in here. Oh, hey, Karen. Okay, who's that? Sitting on the toilet?
Keisha. KJ was here earlier. Chrissy's in the chat. JR and Amanda, of course.
Hey, Junior.
Is
that Kevin or Ken you? That's Ken.
What up, Q?
Kevin, right? Yeah,
he does look like Kevin.
Yeah.
I changed my glasses.
So let me take off my glasses. So now I look like it. So you have any memories, Kiana?
Do I have any what?
Memories of you and Terry?
A bunch. I didn't realize that's what we were doing.
Tell me a good one.
I guess when he came up to my house and we were chatting about life and stuff, and we had some jokes going. Or when he beat me when we were little, when we recorded, when Sean did the trailer, and he was like a little bat that was supposed to rob me. You guys seen that video, right? It's on YouTube.
What video? Oh, when he robbed the bag from you. Yeah.
Actually, probably the family didn't see that. Only a couple people seen that, and
I've never
that should
seen
be
that
sent
video.
out. Only a couple people seen
that's
that.
One
Kiana.
for the books, guys. That was Tyreek and I's acting debut.
Yeah, that's when Sean was trying to be the producer, and he got you guys as his star people, and he had Tyreek, and Tyreek was chubby at that time.
Yeah, he was very. Yeah.
He had Tyreek, Rob, Kiana. Kiana's like, ah, he took my pocketbook.
Yeah, not at work, but it was good. It was good. It was definitely good.
Are you at work, Kiana? Where are you at?
I'm about to leave though because I'm just filling in this thing real quick. Oh my god.
You look good.
Huh?
You looking good over there.
Look Look at how I look in the camera. I'm looking really fat, actually.
No, you look really good, and I heard, you got a man over there. How's he doing?
Who has a man?
Yeah,
You
I think
don't,
your
you don't
daddy said something about that today.
have a man?
Huh?
I thought you
Wait,
had a man.
wait. My dad said what?
Hmm?
I may have gotten
Q,
it
Q.
mixed up.
Q. She's talking about young Trey.
Emilio?
She's talking about young Trey.
Oh God, that boy. Oh, by the way, his
That's not.
birthday.
Try to clean it
Oh,
up,
His
not
Junior.
birthday
Trey.
Stop, stop,
yesterday,
Happy
stop.
and I'm
belated, young Trey.
speaking.
I had to
There's
call
two
him.
of his godparents on here. Did you call your godson?
I'm
Oh,
going to. I'm late.
Yes,
I'm late to the party, and I
you
need
know?
to.
Oh, good try. I'm about to do it. Good
I
try.
will give him a call.
Yeah.
Yes.
So where is he these days? He's in North Carolina.
No, he's at my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's at my house. He's chilling.
You should have told him to hit the link. Does he have a phone?
Oh, how do I?
How
How
did
do
I
I
you
put in
send?
the group chat. Just copy and paste it, Kiana, and give
yeah,
it to him.
and
Yeah.
send it to him.
Like I want to say, while Kiana's getting that together, I just want to say that one of my last memories with Tyreek is when he actually came to my house. So he stayed at my house probably for like a month and a half, right before he passed. He taught me how to make a steak. Okay, so we were making a steak. Everybody who makes steaks, you throw it in the pan or whatever, but not Tyreek. We actually had to go to the store to buy a thermometer. I have never bought a thermometer in my life to make sure a steak comes out perfect. I didn't even know
I
what it
never.
was.
I don't
Gotta
even
make
do
sure it's the
that.
right temperature. Karen, you use a thermometer? You're
No, I
cooking
do
this
not
group.
use a thermometer. No, I do not.
Yeah. So I just want to say that like that was one of my best memories with him. We also right before I got married, me and him we went to celebrate. It was just me and him. We went to celebrate at the club, and me and him was popping bottles, and that was I always feel like that was his way of telling me like so long. Like me and him were really celebrating, just having a great time, and you know that will be my everlasting memory. Just being with him all a great time, and that was the way to cap it off. You know, and it wasn't just a month and a half of just being in his presence. Me and him kicking it, just vibing out, talking about different
To the gym.
situations
Y'all went to the
daily.
gym. Y'all went to
Huh?
the gym together. Y'all was
We
making videos in the gym.
we went to the gym, made videos, we played basketball. I wanted Amaya to come out here and tell her story, but she didn't. She felt kind of shy or whatever. There was one day I was at work. I went to work, and she called me crying because she missed the bus, and she was bawling. And Tyreek was home. I was like, Tyreek's in the house. So Tyreek called an Uber and took her to school and Ubered back, and that was super dope from her end. So it comes from all angles. He touched a lot of people in a lot of different ways, and that's a little short story that she didn't want to share, but I'm gonna share it for her. um so
And I
yeah, man.
you gotta. He spent a lot. He spent a lot of time with Maya, and and your other little daughter on the back. He
Hang on.
so they spend time have that time
Yeah,
together.
Mira, he spent some time with Amira too as well.
Amira, yeah. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, you spend a lot of time with your daughter, so I know that it was really soon, so that I know that was hard for them to process. They were young and they just spent all this time with them. Like what they can understand someone older passing, but
Hmm.
someone who they were just with, who was healthy and everything, that's hard for the children. So I hope kind of like kind of like gave them support because that's
And
hard
it's
for children.
absolutely, and it's still a work in progress. I know Amaya always had a lot of questions, and she still has questions. But it's just one of those things where we take it a day at a time. His memory still left. His legacy and memory still lives on. So we talk about it constantly. Whenever a situation comes up, or his name comes up, or just the thought of him comes up. But definitely. And definitely, that emotional support is needed.
They just
Absolutely.
they are the next Amanda and I mean not Amanda, Amaya and Amira. They're gonna be us in 20 years or 30 years, where I'm still thinking back
20
and
years.
huh?
20. You
Who are
better
we talking
dial.
about? What?
Well, 30,
20
40
years.
years. That they can be us thinking about like how I think about Wayne and stuff like that. They're gonna be thinking about Tyreek. They know Wayne because they weren't around at that time, but they do know Tyreek. So, that's something that's gonna stay with them for, forever. That's
Oh
something
man, it's hold on a
Yeah,
second.
And
as you were saying,
Mute,
like
mute.
the message that he wrote on Instagram went viral, and I can't tell you the probably hundreds of people that hit me up that were either close to the edge or either thought about it that day or
So,
thought about it doing it the next month. And I would just at first I didn't know what to say to them, but then I would just tell them that from my experience that if a family member had the chance to speak to you, they wouldn't want you to do something like this. So um his message went really far. I think I up to like maybe even a year after he passed, I was still getting messages from different people.
I still get calls and have to talk people off the cliff and things like that. And because of that, I am doing training, trying to see the right things to say.
Oh shit.
I know the wrong things to say, but I want to know what people say to make people change their minds about things like that. So I'm working on it. But those people who have come to me, they're still here, thank God. And you know, they just they come to me and they ask me, well, how you've been through a series of things in a short period of time, like how do you deal with it? Because they know, because my stuff is public, because if you see my son pass, you see my husband ended up in jail, or you see different things happening. It's public, it's public knowledge. So they say, well, all these things are happening, these things are happening to me in private, and I can't deal with it. How do you deal with it in public? And that's what I sit and explain to people. It's not easy, because I think my whole life, I think God was preparing me from a little girl till now how to handle hardship. And because if I wasn't prepared from a little girl, I don't think I would be strong enough either to go through something like that. So I just support people and let them know I know what you're going through, because don't think that I haven't been through the same thing myself, or I haven't had the same thoughts. But because my mother had me in the church, because I've been through things, um, I feel like that makes me personally a stronger person. But even the stronger persons, have bad days. So you always, no matter how strong you think that person is, I don't even, like, my mother is the strongest person on earth to me. But if I see that she's like not feeling good or whatever, I want to support her, because even the strong has weak days, you know. Not everybody's like Canute. Canute, man, he is smooth. Like, I've never seen Canute down ever. Like, I never seen him sad. Really.
no. Listen, 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 listen. That duck looks smooth on the water. Don't, don't. It's not. It's a lot of work. A lot of. Listen, it's no. The thing about it is, and the reality of it is, we can't think that, take anything for granted, that anybody has it easy, because we all have our own battles that we have to face daily. You just have to continue to support, continue to pray up, even when you don't see them or they're not around, because everything is not what it seems. It's just that some people are better at hiding it. So just when you think, you say, oh, you hear it every time. Oh, I thought so and so had it so good, but we never know. We never know. So you just keep on praying up and keep checking in on people when you can, because you just never know. That one phone call can make a difference, and nobody's immune, because we all are going through a human experience, and every day is brand new and we never faced it before, and we got to do our best to also stay in the present. We can't really change the past. We can't change it. We can change how we think about it, but we can't really change it. But we do have a chance to change the future, but you have to do it in the moment. You have to enjoy the moment. I mean, don't let the moment get away, because tomorrow is not here yet. We don't know anything about tomorrow. So whenever you get a chance to do something in the moment, and going through this experience, like Janet said, with younger people, older people, and you just never know, because we've seen it happen up and down the dial. And like I said, long life is not a goal. It's not the crown jewel. We're here right here and right now. So this is what you gotta really take advantage of, is the right here and the right now. And as long as God has given us the health and strength to get up, that's a blessing. That's win number one. So, and you just live for those who ain't here, because they're in your heart anyway, so they become a part of you. So every time you win, they win.
So, in the memory of Tyreek, for some of the people who are in the chat, we want to buy you a steak dinner, which is his favorite meal. So, a few of you paste your Cash App in the. I was going to do games, but I don't think Tyreek wants me to do games, and I don't think he wants me to play music, because everything that I try to do with the games and the music, it totally failed. So I think it'll be more. It would be better to treat some of family and friends, and who've been here to his favorite dinner. So put your Cash Apps in the chat. And also, before we all go, I also wanted to ask you. I'm sure everybody heard of this, but did you all hear about the Sonia Massey case, where the cop went into the young lady's home and she bled the blood of Jesus against him, and he shot her? And I just wanted to know your thoughts on that.
I think it was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen, if not the most.
It is the most disgusting. And I don't know what's. I mean, the woman, I know she had some mental health issues. I know that, but she was the calmest, non-violent person that I have ever seen. So we're always being told that if we're confronted by officers to, do what they want, be calm, be vigilant, and you will make it home, or you will be okay. Um, I watched that scenario from start to finish, and she did everything that we are told even
Yep.
having some kind of schizophrenia or whatever, even having that, she still did everything she was told. She did not um, she did not do anything to. She didn't do anything with the pot towards the cop. And when you look at the police report and what the camera says, it's two different totally things. Um, and the reason why I bring that up is a lot of our youth, our lives are being cut short because of things like this. In this case, even though it may have a race component, I believe that it's spiritual. I believe that that man had a demon in him, and her spirit, from the very moment that he came to her door, sensed the demon, and her final words being, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Um, that just totally brought the demon out of him. Even he didn't know what happened to him, after. He's shaking, and I don't care how he feels, but we just have to be vigilant and talk to the youth, and it's sad that we still have to have these conversations about these things, but we still do until we are treated better by law enforcement, by the government. Um, I think that's something that needs to be looked into. I'm tired of calling George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Sonia Massey. We're saying all these names, and the things are still happening. So they feel like, oh, they'll just say their names for a couple months and then they forget about it. But we just have to, we can't forget. We got to keep this in our. I have left. I have Dougie, I have Zaya, I have Malik, um, and Tanya, and I don't want any of these things. And Junior, as Amaya and Amara, and then Canute, you have your daughters, and Keisha. We all have, we have to protect, our children at all costs. So when you hear about this, I hope that we can all support the family in their fight because they're not only, their daughter's gone, but their fight is going to be for us and for people after us.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That does not, to this day, does not sit right in my spirit. I felt like I was a relative of hers, which we are. We're all related, but it hit me like it happened to me. That's how bad it hit me. So I don't know. What's your take on it, Canute? Canute always has the perspective of, you know, I like his perspective, but you were the kind of person that will say,
I don't know anything about this.
Hello?
you didn't hear about
I
it?
don't
Come on,
know
let's
anything
go.
about this
It's
case.
nasty out.
No,
Oh, you didn't hear about that case?
All right, guys,
No.
hold on.
Wow. Well, I hope that you take, you
Look, start
take a look at it. Yeah, it's something big, and it's something that we should look at to protect our young ones.
I can hear you.
Yeah, this just it happened in July,
Bye, love you
but
too.
he wasn't arrested until
Okay, good
weeks
night.
after the situation. So I guess nobody wants to be treated for
No, I heard about it. I don't think that that's right.
Of course,
He didn't have any reason to shoot her.
I have the key.
he
I
shouldn't
live
have
up
even been in
here.
her house, number one.
Who's that? Where are you at? Somebody's at Auntie Junie's house. Tell them to
Tell
turn the
Kiana to
lights
mute.
on.
Kiana, mute your
Oh,
phone, baby. I'll mute her. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It was it's a sad situation. He had no reason to even be in her home.
Right.
So you know, which you know,
Yeah,
all yeah.
I heard about it. I heard about the story, but like you said before, like these stories just keep happening and happening and happening. Maybe if social media, does another uptick of, because nothing happens unless we say something. And when I say we, it has to go viral on social media. I
Mhm.
mean, that's basically it. This has been happening for the past 5 years, and I mean, hopefully we'll see change one day. But that's where we're at. I mean,
But you know what I believe about it though, I believe that God allowed it to happen because the reason why I believe He allowed it to happen is because now whenever people hear about it, they can't hear about it without hearing she pled the blood of Jesus against him. I
Yeah,
rebuke.
but Janet, I mean, in all honesty, if just like Junior's saying, this is happening so much, it's almost like you're, I hate to say, immune to it at a certain point. Um, I remember when George Floyd died, and him calling out for his mother was very painful for me to hear, and also him peeing on himself was very hard for me to see, right? And
Right.
regardless on what, I have a black son. My husband is a black man, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, and of course, I love all of you guys, and we have a bunch of black men in our family. So, would I want that to happen to any of my family members or somebody that I really care about? No, I would not. And I know how quick a situation like that could turn. And I think seeing the video is what makes you really realize just how it's almost like you have to try and live your life in a way where you don't have to have contact with them. You know what I mean? So I don't think that I think the newer generation is getting better at it, especially after all of the marching in different places all over the world. I think the young people are definitely gonna be the change that we need to see.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could even see it with Kamala Harris, whether you like Trump or not, or you're a Democrat or a Republican. You could see that the tide is changing, meaning that people are really want to change. And I'll say, I think it was Friday, I was in Scarsdale, and I stopped at the Starbucks just to grab a cup of coffee. And when I walked in there, I was the only black woman in there. It's a more of a rich type of area.
Yeah.
And I was doing some work there for maybe about an hour and a half, and then I got back in the car. But when I was about to walk out the Starbucks, this lady was coming in. She was an older white woman. She
Mm-hmm.
was coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and I was about to walk out, and she let the door close, and then she stopped herself, and she went back out. She opened the door, and she held the door for me to come out. Now, I've been getting things like that maybe for the past 2 weeks, where everywhere I'm going, they're making sure to acknowledge that yes, I'm a black woman. And I really do believe it's because of the whole Kamala Harris thing. So, as I said, the newer generation, and even some of because as I said, this woman was an older woman. Some of the older generation knows that these things that are happening is not right. It's not correct, but it's still going to take time to change. The question is it going to be in our generation? That's basically what the question is. But in the meantime, we just have to, I hate to say it, just try not to get ourselves into a situation where we need the police.
To tell you the truth, and I hate to say this, but about maybe 6 months before Tyreek passed, he and Tanya knows about this, so she can tell you more about it because she was there. He tried to put himself in a position where the police would unalive him, and so if he had had that cop that killed Sonia Massey, he would have been gone right there. but it was the Peekskill police, and they're like, listen, just go, just go drink something, but um, so
But
I'm.
I think that you're hitting up on another way bigger subject because as you know with or when Tyreek died, I'm the type of person, I will hunt something down. I will read and really go into depth into something that I really don't understand.
Mhm.
And what I noticed, or from a lot of the stories that different families had to say, is that you're right. They will try different ways, and even from his letter, he had already really truly made up his mind. It wasn't necessarily that I'm not saying if he didn't get into treatment, he wouldn't have gotten better, but I'm just saying treatment probably would have been the only thing that would have corrected whatever was going on in his mind. So
Oh, I know a couple of the ways because I spoke to his friends and everything, and he had thought about drowning as well, but that's one of the worst ways to go and longest ways to go. You know, so I mean, so is that to think about this, and when he said this to his friends, they tried to, which they did. They talked him out of it at that time, or at least that's what they thought they did. But you're right, he had his mind made up.
yeah, yeah. So what I'm saying is that and recently, if anybody of us could get off of here and go Google it right now,
Hmm.
there's more men now black men now committing suicide. It's the highest rate right now. So it leaves to right after he passed, I got way more organized even for myself into mental health, and I went to iHeartRadio was hosting their first annual mental health awareness weekend the next year after he passed, and this past year it was their second year. And when I went the first year, it was so many black men that was there, and they were just speaking about black men's relationship with their parents and how they're taught as boys not to cry and not to basically show any emotion, right? So I mean, and of course it goes into way deeper things than that. But what I did see was it was in Midtown Manhattan, and there was so many uh, people that showed out. Number one, showed up and showed out, and they had breakout rooms. And a lot of men went into those breakout rooms, and I said, "Oh my God, if he had, you know, I'm 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 sure he wasn't thinking that way, but if he had, or if any of us knew, then maybe we could have gotten him into some sort of self help program or something. You know what I mean? But again, a lot of these people don't. They'll give you a hint. I think that him leaving his hat on the chair is a hint, right? If you really think about it, I think him telling Dougie to take care of you is another hint, right? But you're not thinking like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not thinking in that way. So unfortunately with his situation, we didn't find out in time to help him. But there's a lot of other people struggling with the same thing, and I think that even you hosting this tonight, I'm hoping that somebody will look at it and it will help somebody else.
Another problem, another issue with the black community is not that they don't want help, but they can't afford it. You know, because mental health, if you don't have insurance, you don't have a job, or you have a job and you don't have money, how could you take care of your mental health? And that's a lot of things that wasn't the case for him because he had insurance, but that is the case for a lot of other people I speak to. You know, they don't have insurance, or they don't have a job, or even if they have a job, they don't have enough to pay to get treatment. So,
Yeah, well, the medical system over here sucks.
yeah, you know, in certain other countries, I believe in Australia and other countries, not mental health, but health
Care
um,
is free.
in general, they cover all their residents with health care so that they can get the needed health care, you know, that they need. So, yeah. Um, I remember the last time we were in a Zoom, all of us was in a Zoom a couple years ago, and Tyreek was in that Zoom. I don't know if you remember. And he said he was going to teach. I think Chrissy how to make
Oh
what
yeah, I remember that. He said that he could make, what was it,
Fried
cakes or
fried
something?
dumpling.
he
Oh,
said,
Fried
fried
dumpling.
dumplings. Oh
I've
yeah,
been making
yeah.
my fried dumpling that way ever since.
And yeah,
"Are
with
you
the
doing it?"
coconut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Keisha, you gotta text me
Hello,
text
family.
me the
Hello, hi.
you never taught me. Hi. Yeah, hi baby, how are you? You looking so cute. Hi, handsome. Hi. Yeah, Keisha, I gotta learn
Raven.
that. I was gonna ask you guys, does anybody have
Watch out. Oh, which chest?
you said you could make fried dumpling by putting something in a bag? Is that what he said?
No, it was coconut. Coconut. Coconut was the trick. And what else was it? Was coconut and something else. I forgot what it was.
Well,
Keisha knows what
Keisha says she know how she
Keisha knows what it is. Yeah. It was coconut.
Put your sticker on it.
It was he said no, it was flour, the all the regular stuff. He was just saying you could use, coconut milk if you don't have regular milk. Um and or water obviously, and then the melted butter, the flour, the baking powder, all the, normal, and the salt, all the regular stuff. But all he said about coconut was just you can use coconut milk if you don't have regular milk.
now
And
you
like I said, I've
or
been
you
making it. I made it the same way he said it since that day, and I promise you, they come out good every time.
you fry it or what?
Fried dumpling, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, because he was like, it's not that hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know
And
who
it
Yeah, he was
and
funny in that video.
I promise I made it exactly how he said it, and it came out absolutely perfect.
Mommy, can I open?
Absolutely perfect.
he
Oh,
was
that's
so
that's
proud of that moment that he could tell all of us on the Zoom
Yeah.
he knows
How,
how
yeah,
to
happy
make
you
it.
could cook.
And he, yeah,
Yes.
I have that Zoom somewhere because I saw it recently. And
Oh, you saved it?
You
I
should
think,
upload it.
yeah,
Yeah, if you saved it, yeah.
yeah,
Send it out.
it's on this laptop, so I'm gonna 'cause that's what I was watching. So I know that some people said that they were gonna try it.
That
You
way we could get the recipe. So to
Yeah,
get the Zoom.
so that and then who said they Junior learned how to make steak with thermometers, you know. So yeah, one thing about Tyreek though, he thought he knew, he knows it all as far as, anything that you were talking a particular subject, he knew the best way to do it. That was him. He was like, and the easiest way. That was him. So, so tomorrow I know is the actual day, and I'm not coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna try to spend it, in a manner that I would have probably spent it with him and stuff like that. So, so I hope wherever everyone is, that that you have, good thoughts, and just remember the good times that you had with him. Because tomorrow, I can't believe it's 3 years already. It's still fresh to me. I feel like it just happened last year. So
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna take some time. Probably 15 years for you to realize it's been that long.
Yeah, and I mean, I know your mother went through it because, because of Wayne, and then I have another Aunt Bev who went through it because of Edwin, her son. And so I asked them, when does the pain stop, or when do when do you stop thinking? And not that you want to stop thinking about them, but when does it hurt so much? And they said, well, my son, they probably died about 30 years ago. How long has it been for Wayne? 30 years?
Yeah, I think it's been
My
yeah,
son
a
died
little
30
over that.
or more,
Hmm.
and the pain never stops. So,
Hmm.
so I looking into the
Well,
next.
I could remember the look on my mother's face when everybody. I think, of course, as you know, the hardest moment is when everybody leaves.
Hmm.
And I can remember my mother was walking out the door. I don't remember who was leaving. I think either Keisha or KJ, one of them. And she just said, "Everybody's leaving me," and I'll never ever forget her saying that. But it's meaning like everybody was going home. Like she felt like she was going to be by herself.
Hmm.
And of course, I came back to New York, and I'm sure everybody else went back to their own separate lives. But it's something that takes a lot of time. So I would, as I said before, I would just you have to let God lead you. It's one of the times when you can't even carry yourself. Like in his situation, I can't remember how I even took a shower, and if I try to remember, I still can't remember because it was just so painful.
Hmm.
So like I would say just let God lead you because He's going to lead you to that point where you're not gonna feel like, oh, am I forgetting Him? Am I not honoring Him enough? Or am I, whatever it is, whatever space you're in, God is just gonna lead it one day when you truly just, think about the fun times, think about Him in the lightest ways, or yes, the tears will still come. Every year I still cry. I feel guilty that I'm celebrating my birthday and my brother is gone. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So that guilt never leaves me. So at the same time, I say to myself, what would he want? You know what I mean? So and that's what keeps you stepping forward and you getting to the point where you're not upset the whole day. Maybe it's just 5 minutes that your mind goes to him. You know what I mean? So, just take it easy and give yourself that space and that time.
When I've been, at my job now, probably as long as he's been gone, for 3 years. And last year at my job, um, my manager, he said, "Is everything all right, Jenna? You're not yourself." I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." I said, "Oh, this is just the day that my son passed away." He said, "Your son passed away?" Because I never told them. I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" He was like, "You're not even supposed to be here, and from now on, don't even come in on that day, because you need to give yourself time, to heal." So that's why I make sure that I'm off today and tomorrow, so that I can honor his memory. And as I said, I'm not gonna have a raw steak, but I might have a steak for him. Not a raw one though, but mine will be well done, but in his memory.
You should look at the thing and make the dumplings with some ackee and sawfish or something.
Man,
You know?
I got some ackee in there too. So all we need to do is pick up the sawfish. I got the thing, but he knew how to do it. But he was here all that time. He never did it, but he told us how to do it. So I don't know why he never did it. Maybe he was spoiled because I guess I was always cooking or whatever. So, but he could have done it, but he never did.
Right.
What you over there laughing at, Canute? Yes.
No.
He's not laughing now. But yeah, other than that, and it's scary sometimes. Isaiah, he doesn't realize how much he's starting to kind of look like him. He doesn't believe so, but sometimes I call Isaiah him. He's like, this I'm Isaiah. I understand, but
Right, right.
yeah. So. Mhm. So, and he shared his memory with me earlier. He doesn't like to talk on camera, but he talked about you know the last time, because they when I was at work, and him and Isaiah was there together. They was always catching up with each other. But the last time he remembered, um they were well, he said they were play fighting, and then Isaiah Tyreek, he's not a dancer, but he did this dance. I guess that's on the game for Isaiah. So Isaiah has, and Isaiah recorded it. So Isaiah has that dance that he did, and then so that was just a fun memory for him, because he was able to, bond with him at that moment, watch him do the dance, and anytime he wants to see it or reconnect with him, he could watch it. So I can't dance like that. He wasn't dancing like real dancing, but they have with these games, some of them come with dances. So he was just showing Isaiah how to do the dance. Uh, but other than that, so is there no who's going to Barbados? Canute, are you going? Oh, he might be on the phone. I know JR is going, of course. Karen, are you going to Barbados?
No, Tanya's going.
It's Tanya and Junior. I don't know about Canute. But whoever's not going to Barbados and want to come to Jamaica and stay at a beautiful resort,
So who's going with you there, Janet? How many people?
just me.
Just you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me.
Mm-hmm. So, mm-hmm.
So you're going on your birthday weekend?
No, on the weekend, yes. Yeah, so I'm leaving on the 17th, and I'm coming back on the 22nd. Okay. So I will be there for
Janet,
yeah.
Janet. Well, that's the weekend of our family reunion, so I'm sure mom will be there. I'll probably be there. I'm not sure who else.
Are you kidding me?
Really? I didn't hear nothing. When
Wait,
do
wait,
people decide to have family reunions and not
Auntie
send out the
Auntie
full invite?
Auntie Junie just told me yesterday, so
Are
I
you
you
kidding
know
me?
Oh
Wait,
no, no.
October.
Oh wait a minute. You're going to that you're going to the thing that the people from Boston is doing?
that's our family reunion.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
gonna be near OTBOs.
Then listen, everybody. That is the event you want to go to.
It's gonna be near OTBOs. Oh my God.
Preferably, no. It's gonna be in Saint Elizabeth, but I mean, still Jamaica.
Oh, well, I'll have my rental car, so I could even be there because I already rented a car for that for those days.
So it's on
What
your birthday. That's the day of the event itself is on your birthday,
on
but
my October 19th?
that's the date of the event.
Oh man!
Mira, no.
But what I could do is
Okay. All right. I'll hear you later.
Spanish.
I didn't know about that. What I could do is celebrate my birthday on the 18th or the 20th to make myself available for that. So you for real?
Yeah, Auntie Junie just gave me the information yesterday. So Karen, hit up Auntie Junie.
All right. So I guess So I guess the family will be in Jamaica at the same time. Because my flight is already booked. My resort, everything is already booked. So, and I already booked a rental car for that time. So, but all right. I'm so happy that all you guys came in and gave me your memories and it actually makes me feel better, and I hope it makes you feel better to know that Tyreek, you know, he is loved. Not even was loved. He is loved, and he's still, you know, he's still keeping us, you know, close. You know, this is something that he would have loved to do, just like he loved the Zoom that we were in that time. So I'm telling you the truth that I had this all set up for months, and the computer, everything was going fine. I said I'm gonna break out with the music and all that, and then look, he all he wanted us to do was share memories. And so, you know, hold on, it turned out to be perfect. Hold on a second. It turned out to be perfect. And now, and see, I didn't know that this was going on in October. And now I have something else to do while I'm out there. So
That's fine.
awesome time. Hi, husband. How you
Twice.
doing?
He say hi.
But yeah, so whoever's going to Jamaica in October, if y'all need a ride, I got my rental car for that time, and I'll just celebrate my
Wait
birthday.
a minute, you're gonna drive in Jamaica?
No. Well, I didn't. My boyfriend's in Jamaica.
Oh, well, excuse me. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We'll talk off air about that one.
So, you know, I know he probably won't want to drive to St. Elizabeth, but you know, he will if I ask.
But no, Junior, where's my phone got cut off? Where's the party? Isn't it in Mandeville?
No, St. Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth.
Oh, I thought the people from Boston. Junior, you have the information. Can you text it to me?
Now, Karen, reach out to Auntie Junie because I don't really know. I could be wrong as far as where it's gonna be.
No, I think if it's the people from Boston, usually throw a huge party pre-COVID. They used to throw one every year, and then this is supposed to be their first one since pre-COVID.
Well,
So
Auntie Junie
I
said they're
think,
coming. She said they're coming.
yeah, they're the ones throwing it.
Well, tell
Well,
Auntie
yeah,
Junie.
reach out to Auntie Junie. She just told me
Oh,
the dates. That's all.
Well, tell
okay.
Auntie Junie don't change the date because I'm gonna be out there that time, and you know.
Auntie Junie is not Auntie Junie's putting it together. The
Yeah,
dates are
it's a,
set.
no. This is yeah. I'll reach out to them, and if they have a flyer, I'll send it in the
Okay,
group
yeah.
chat.
But this has been so much fun. I got my steak dinner waiting in the kitchen. That I was gonna eat in front of you guys, but I see nobody else is eating, so I want to eat in front of you. And then I got my 100 proof Jamaican rum over here that you know that I'm gonna have with a little now a cap full of that gets me drunk, so I'm gonna have to put it with the Pepsi. So you know that's what I'll be doing.
A cap full make you drunk?
Yeah, let me tell you. Just the cat makes me drunk. So I'm gonna just take I bought it from Jamaica. Just take a little bit.
Let me see how much you got left. You bought it from Jamaica when?
In May or June. See?
Yeah. How much you got left?
Ready. Ray and nephew.
It's not on the TV yet.
So this is gonna go with my dinner tonight. Just a capful with my dinner. And I know I'm gonna pass out after that. So and I don't drink a lot, you see. You see how much is a lot left. You see where that is? Just above here.
Oh yeah, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, there's a lot left.
Yeah.
And you know, I gotta toast to Tyreek because the last time we had our dinner, that was our first drink together and our last, but at least I was able to share adulthood with him. But he was finally 21. He's been drinking long before that, but at least I had a legal drink with him. So,
Right.
yeah. So what are you guys eating tonight?
I made some pork. Well, my husband actually cooked the pork, and I made the rice and peas and veg.
With like a jerk pork or?
Like stew.
Oh, stew. Okay. Okay. No stew peas.
I made rice and peas. Stew
All
peas
right.
I made like during the week.
Oh, okay. How
Yeah.
about you, Junior? What's for dinner?
Uh, my wife made spare ribs and some vegetables.
So what I'm going to do, I see Amaya's Cash App and Tanya's, and I'm going to send the Cash App that I would have sent out. I'm going to send it to the kids so that they could do something. So I'm going to write her name down now. Amaya Fisher 2. I got Isaiah's Cash App. I got Doug's. I got him. And Amira don't have one?
She's too young for a cash app.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, she wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. She got a rich father, so you know. And Canute, does your daughter have a Cash App?
She don't eat steak.
Huh? She don't have to eat
She
steak.
don't eat steak.
She can eat chicken, whatever she wants.
No, she just wants to cash up her some money so she can
Yes.
buy whatever she wants.
She's getting
Huh?
some. She's getting some. She's getting dinner from Tyreek.
Laughing? She's talking in the background. I'm trying to hear what she's saying. What would you say? She says she has a Cash App. How do you hear what they were saying? You're on? Oh, she's on.
Give me
I
your
didn't know
Cash
she was
App,
on.
baby, so that you can be included. This is going to be from your uncle.
Wait. I don't see. How come people are on and you can't see? I didn't know she was on.
Oh,
I
she's
thought
on.
there was a list in front.
Tell Alyssa to put her
Yeah.
Cash App in the chat.
She can hear you. She's on.
Alyssa's on here. I can't see her either.
She's not.
I didn't even know she's behind.
In the chat. They
She
call
is
it.
on.
Alyssa, give me your Cash App.
I don't know. These kids know how to do stuff. I don't know. They know how to do things with these
So how
phones. I don't know.
how is the Tesla going?
Huh? What you said, Janet?
How's the Tesla going? I see it, Alyssa. How's the Tesla?
Oh, it's going good. I'm banging it up.
You hit it up
old
already?
now. I'm. Oh man, I got so much. Yeah, it's doing good though. It's serving the purpose. My main purpose is no gas stations. I can't be
You
paying
gotta
no
run to
$50
the electric.
to
You gotta
sit.
run to the electric station.
Listen, I drove my wife's car the other day. I almost choked. I'm like, $50? It ain't full yet? I thought gas was cheaper. Nobody been saying nothing about gas. So I thought gas was cheap. I'm like, 50, and then the thing was still rolling. I'm like, yo, I'm stopping. I can't.
Canute, what are you eating tonight?
I had black beans with, what did we have, Alyssa? What was it? Black beans and whatever the sauce it was good. Well, I can tell you this. I was in Philly last night, and I had some Thai food to die for. Oh my gosh.
Wait, Thai food, where at?
Where?
Philadelphia.
Oh, you're in Philadelphia. Oh.
Yeah.
What were you in Philadelphia doing?
It was. Alyssa was looking at. She had an on-site at Drexel.
Oh, nice.
She's looking into different college programs. So we're on the college tour for the summer. I think that's our last one for this year. So.
Oh, that's good. Isaiah wants to play basketball so bad that he has made a total turnaround for this year, and he's trying to get all A's, and he wants to be drafted into a college for basketball. So that's what he's aiming for now.
Yeah,
Is he that
that's
good, Janet?
Well, he started playing.
she
Come
No,
on, I had to ask.
she
no.
said, dang, dang,
He
get to
started.
the
He started
get to
playing.
the point.
He plays.
I'm a
Can I
Virgo. What do you
answer the
want?
question?
He
I'm a
Could
plays.
you
Virgo.
answer the
Virgos are
question,
very
please?
straightforward.
He's
Are you
gotten. No,
beating
he's
around the
gotten
bush?
very good. But you know who's been getting him good? He plays street ball. It's not a street ball. It's organized through community centers in Florida.
Uh huh.
He's been playing that, and they've been working him up. He's really good now. He is really good, and he
You should
plays.
take some videos and put them on
Huh?
the social media.
Karen, he's good. He's really good, Karen.
Yes.
This year will be the deciding factor, but
Hmm.
he's definitely his game is definitely there, and I'm rooting for him. But this year is going to be the deciding factor of where he's going to take his level depending on how much time he puts in. He's really good. So I I hate to say it, man, but he might be able to take me.
Okay.
Whenever we have another family thing,
I still have that video from Thanksgiving when y'all was on the basketball court, Junior. And you did a lot of walking and talking.
well, you know what? You wouldn't think Kevin was good, but he's really good.
Kevin is really good. Kevin plays almost. I think Kevin plays what, three
I
days
was
a
yeah,
week or
about to
something.
say, y'all forget Kevin been playing basketball for 50 years.
He still plays now. The other day he told
And
me
he
he went.
literally hasn't stopped.
Yeah, he told me he played some old guy the other day.
Oh,
Yeah,
He don't have no
but
kids, Karen.
no,
So
he
it's a
he
little bit
got he
different.
got them two adopted kids. Don't be acting like he don't have no kids.
He's teaching them tennis. He don't got no kids. He's good. That's not his responsibility every day. He has time to go out there and stay on the basketball court. Yes, he
Oh,
does.
yeah, you're right.
I really didn't think that he was good at. Of course, we know Keisha's good. She played in even before go playing in college. She played street ball with all them people in Peekskill. So we already knew where she was at. But Kevin, I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean you playing with Kevin? But yeah, he shocked me. I actually watched him play, and he is good. He is good. You know, yeah. So I think now Isaiah is the one up and coming, and you're gonna be surprised. I seen him play this year when he was playing with the organized street stuff, and he was doing really well, really well. So he brought his grades up, and he knows that he has to keep it up, and he got to be in school every day in order to be on the team. So that's what he wants. So and
Oh, that's
finally got him to do something that he loves. And
what grade? What grade is he in, Janet?
he's 11 now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's in 11th grade. So he has 2 years to show himself approved. So,
So is he on the team in school?
well, that's it didn't the season didn't start yet, but he will be. Yes, and he was on a off-site league, which he did really well, really, really well. And then he goes to a gym here that all the black people go, and they be beating him up on the floor, and he goes back and he keeps going.
We're all,
He's with adults now.
Oh, that's good. I hope he makes it.
I mean, over the summer, Junior, I think, whooped him up, but Junior, I think his skill has gone up from then. So he really wants to play. Because everything I asked him, what does he want to do? It all leads back to basketball. So he has to be successful because he doesn't want to do anything else. I told him he has to have a plan B, but he says basketball is his plan A and B. So because he
Oh
loves
no,
it.
I mean you're right. He needs a plan B, and
I
there, within the basketball organizations, there's a lot of different things he can do.
that he could do. Yeah. So he wants to play, like he's starting to read about Michael Jordan and all these basketball players and follow them and watch it. Like he's like really like, right
yeah,
now.
I
he's
know this
well,
is way off topic, but do you know Janice Thompson? Her little girl is about, I would say, she's 11, right, Chris? Dennis' daughter. Yeah. Yeah, I think she's 10 or 11. And let me tell you something. She could tell you the stats from every team. She tells you when they won, when they didn't win, who was playing, what players were playing. I mean, this girl is amazing. I don't even know how she got into. Her father didn't play. I think her father just watches basketball. But that little girl could be a commentator today on the TV.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. And even a commentator, but he's a little shy now, so he won't commentate. But I even think that's a good profession for him. But he's smart. He's kind of like Tyreek in the sense that he doesn't have to, he can just read on a subject and understand it and do it, but he doesn't like to study. Yeah, that he does not like to study. He just likes to hear the subject, understand it, and just come and pass it. But you know, I
That
told
comes with growth, though.
him,
That comes with growth
Yeah,
once
he's
he
still
keeps
young.
his interest, once his interest gets up. But no, that's really good. He's been soaking up I've been running out of videos to send him about it. Just different. I've been sending him a lot of Kobe, the hard work part of it, and at first it starts out as fun, but if you really love it, it's got to become more of like, it's not about fun no more. It's just about, just putting in that work and just getting it done, even when it's not fun. So, um,
he told me
so
that
he's been eating it up.
he told me he'd be hitting you up sometime too for Cash App. So he told me that. Mhm.
Oh, it's all good. I wish I had some people when I was young. It was easier when I had to steal it. At least he's asking.
Well, you guys steal, but I did steal when I was younger, but I got my ass beat, boy.
What? Wait, I didn't get to finish tell that story. Oh,
Oh, go
please.
ahead, tell it,
Oh my God.
tell
So
it.
my mother, my mother don't play no games at all. We each came in the house. Nobody used to know. When we were younger, either we all was at my mother's house after school, or Aunt Cecile's house or Auntie Junie's house. We were not allowed to run the place crazy. So I think we all ended up at my mother's house, which was at the apartment building. And
Mhm.
Miss said each one of us came in one by one, and she lined us all up and was like, "Who did what?" And all I know, I think we all got naked and we all got a whooping. That's all I remember.
Is that what you remember?
What do you
Oh my
remember?
God. Is that what Wayne wouldn't tell that same story? Oh
Okay,
my
what
God.
do you remember?
You cried like a baby before and you didn't even I don't even think she got to whip you. It was over with. I think she looked at you and it was over with. But
Maybe that's what happened.
I think the boys got the blunt of that, but we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
But I guess
It
your
was
mom
I'm
likes.
fine.
I guess your mom likes stripping people naked because I did take from her before, but it wasn't quarters. But
Hey, it wasn't quarters for us either.
Yeah,
We didn't even know. It was rare 50-cent
it
pieces.
was
I mean,
rare. Yeah,
it
those
was
things are probably
treasure.
worth a lot of money right now.
We were little kids. Them guys at the store was like, "You got any more of these?" Plenty more where that came from, bro.
yeah, she tore my butt up too. But now I realize that I really deserved. I was young, but I'm like, damn, but I had to be
But I
naked.
want to know who didn't get a whooping from my mother. Probably Junior and Keisha. That's it.
Junior, did you
Now,
ever?
I actually
That's it.
I got a whooping from Aunt Bev.
Oh, you did?
No.
Yeah,
Oh
you
no.
You
you know
went
what
on.
though?
This is when you guys were living at what's that place? called over by Caldors?
Oh, the manor.
Yeah, the manor. So what I did was I used to throw the cat up in the air, and the cat broke his leg. I didn't know any
Oh
better, so
man,
she got me for that.
we didn't do that.
No, we didn't do
Wait,
that.
was that my cat, Missy? You was throwing in the air like that? I
It
was
was
looking
one of them
so.
cats. I don't remember what cat it was. It was one of them cats, man, and she got me good for that.
It was probably Missy.
Well,
You
maybe
know what?
Keisha.
We
You
had
think Keisha got to be in or no?
I
No,
gotta be in. I
Keisha,
gotta
Keisha,
be in. I gotta
Keisha.
be in for
nah,
skipping.
Keisha, nah, Keisha
No,
and
I
Keisha.
KJ didn't get there.
No.
I skipped
Keisha and
school.
KJ didn't.
I skipped school and went to Pizza
Oh,
Hut and got beat.
Yeah,
later on,
right. That
Keisha.
maybe that one time that girl used to look at her and
I,
she would act
What?
like
Not,
she's about
not,
to
not.
cry, and my
Listen,
mother would not hit her.
listen. I still remember that bed she had with the thing over it, like the thing that goes over the top that locked
Oh
her
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
bed.
yeah.
Oh my gosh! I'm like, Keisha ain't never getting in trouble. We all wish we were Keish.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
So she was one of the.
But
Keisha and KJ, they were protected. Who else?
But listen, we had to take it though because she was the fun aunt, man. It was either church with my mom or Auntie Julie was always working.
All
So
right.
Aunt Bev was going out to parties. We're
That
going out
yeah, remember
everywhere
yeah.
having barbecues.
And she would
So
take us
Oh,
to
you
the
had to take
Bronx.
the
She would
good
take
with
us
the
to the
bad.
Bronx a lot. Yeah, we used to go to where Uncle
Brooklyn,
was in the Bronx.
Brooklyn too.
oh, Janet, I don't think you should even speak. I don't even think you have the right to speak in all actuality. Aren't
Well,
you the one? Aren't you the one when we went to Great Adventure? We got to Great Adventure what time? Maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. We've been looking forward to this trip for months. We've been looking forward to this trip for months. And
What did
then
she do?
we get the tickets. We actually get in. We get the tickets and everything. And then Janet disappears
no, you know what?
out of nowhere.
It
We end
wasn't.
up spending the whole entire day looking for Janet. And towards the end of the day, when it was getting dark, here come Janet walking up with a big old smile on her face. And she was like, "Oh, I went on all the rides."
I was
What
lost.
the hell?
You was not. You was
You
lost
guys
and went on all the rides, Janet.
you guys left me, and then I had to fend for myself. So while I was fending for myself, I ended up going on all the rides, and
You
then
know what? If Wayne was alive right now, he would kick your butt.
he would.
If Richard was on this thing, he would kick your butt.
No, listen. I was
So
sitting next.
don't even
I
tell
was
that lie.
I was sitting next to Wayne in the car. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
And he wouldn't talk to you. I remember
No,
that.
well, he wouldn't talk to me, but he was stabbing me in my side. So he was hurting me in the car. He was stabbing me in my side, like like.
None of us would talk to her. We were like, nah, we're not talking to you. The whole way home, she was like the Antichrist.
Oh yeah. Oh, there
The
was.
whole way home.
And you know what? Nobody ever got to go to Great Adventure again.
No, we didn't want to go
Yeah.
anywhere with you.
That was our
We didn't
one
want to
and
go
only trip. That was it.
anywhere with you. And my mother used to take us on all those fun trips.
Yeah.
And Janet ruined it.
That's how we learn country music.
So why would you guys just leave
That
me in
car
New
only
Jersey?
got country music.
No, we all had to suffer because it was anywhere one go, we all go. And we couldn't find you, so we didn't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, and then I don't know her husband at the time or whatever. He found me. We got to go on one of the wheel rides together, and that was it. And then I came back. Whoever the guy was who she was dating at the time.
Girl, don't even try talking about no man right now. We just concentrating on you. We're just concentrating on you. That's it.
Yeah, and you guys told Tyreek that story, boy. He was cracking up. He was like, "Damn, y'all didn't get to go on no rides."
Nothing.
But Keisha was a baby then, right?
No,
I
so
wasn't.
Keisha, yeah, so Keisha wasn't really.
I wasn't there. What?
Huh?
No,
Who
no, no.
drove y'all? Who drove
We were
y'all
older.
Who drove y'all
We
to Great Adventure?
I think mommy did. Mommy used to do a lot of stuff with us. She used
That
to
did
take us to the
yeah.
beach.
no.
She used to take us all over the place. Or maybe it was Aunt Cecile and mommy, because I
No,
We
remember
were
no,
Aunt
of
Cecile.
age. Nah, we were of age. I was probably like 7 or probably like 6 or 7. And
Yeah.
the reason why I didn't go because I had a choice to go to a barbecue or Great Adventures, and I chose the barbecue. That's why I didn't make that trip.
Well, at least you made a right choice that day.
at least you got to eat that day, right?
Hmm.
I guess so.
You
We
didn't get
was
to
we
not
were
go
we
on
were stuck in
rides.
a park. We were stuck in a parking lot all day.
Oh man, I think she had like a
All right, what's in
station wagon that day. So it was a lot of us. It was me. I think Canute was there. Was you there, Canute? And then I know Wayne was
I don't
there.
remember going to Great
Faith,
Adventure. I only remember Rich going to Great Adventures. I never went to Great Adventure. I was too bad.
you
Yeah,
was
he was
bad.
bad. He was
That was
bad. He
for
was
like the
he was mean
that was
and
for like
bad.
the that's for
I
the
thought
good kids.
Richard was the bad
Y'all
one.
would never
No,
find
no.
me
If you see Richard's
at Great.
attitude now,
Yeah.
Canute had that screw face.
What?
Yes.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember all who was in the car, but I do remember Wayne poking me on my side because
Yeah, he was too busy having fun.
he was so mad at me. Man, he was mad at me. Those green eyes turned red. But
She's still laughing about it.
no, I remember. You know, I really remember it like it happened yesterday. I do. Hi, baby. How you doing, beautiful? You
Who's
are so
that?
beautiful. That's Amira.
Oh, Amira.
Amira. Nope, you're on mute, Amira. I can't hear you. You're on mute. Tell Daddy to take it off mute.
You talking about yesterday?
She's not on mute.
What
She's
you?
not on mute.
What happened?
She's not on mute.
Oh no,
Speak
I
up.
heard her now.
She's not on that you.
Okay,
That's
so,
saying.
so what did you say before that? What did you say before that
Say hi,
about
Auntie Jen.
yesterday?
I understand it.
Hi,
Hi.
Amira. You're so beautiful. You remember when I pushed you in the cart
Yes,
when we went to
I
Disney?
am.
You remember? I was
Thanks
pushing
the
you.
phone.
Uh, but yeah. So yeah. Um, tell Kevin to hit up Isaiah. He could probably teach him some tricks with the basketball. Um, give Kevin a call and tell him that.
Put his contact info in the group chat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him that so that way he can give Isaiah some pointers because as I said, I feel he's gonna do good. He's gonna do good. He could, of course, he could beat me, but everybody said you can't play anyway. So I got to put him against somebody else who they can say, all right, he knows how to play if he could beat this person. So, but other than that, so
All right.
All right, y'all.
have a good night. Thank you for coming on. I love you all, and look out for those cash apps. I got the cash app, so I love you all, and
All right. Love you
thank you
too, Janet.
tomorrow. Bye
All right.
bye.
All
All
right.
right. Bye bye. Bye, all.
Bye bye.